Hello, here is a special video with the topic of IWDP, International Week of the Deaf People, year 2021. The theme for this year's IWDP is celebrating communities of deaf people. How deaf people have come together in communities and are spread across globally, thriving all over with their own language, culture, and diverse nations. So remembering and respecting and celebrating the deaf communities that have come to exist over a period of time and how they have progressed, and their success stories, their news and programs are linked to this theme for this whole week. IWDP has a daily theme for each day through this week. Monday, September the 20th is the beginning, and the theme is Cherishing Deaf History, remembering and celebrating the history of the deaf people. Deaf people have their own shared stories, history of oppression, experiences of suffering, and lack of human rights suppression. They have grown through all this and come out through advocacy, and they have so many stories that each region across the globe can share. The programs and activities are linked to this theme and giving awareness to the people and sense of pride of their own community, history, culture, and own language. So awareness programs on the human rights of the deaf helps the society to understand and respect deaf people. It helps in establishing an equal society by giving dignity to the deaf. So programs are held on the occasion of IWDP all over to support this cause. Tuesday, September the 21st is day 2. The theme is Sustainable Deaf Leadership. In India, there are national deaf organizations such as NAD, National Association of the Deaf, and AIFD, All India Federation of the Deaf. NAD advocates for the rights of deaf people, accessibility, and supports deaf people in India. The RPWD Act of 2016 has outlined the rights of the deaf to an interpreter, captioning, subtitling in employment settings, educational settings for accessibility and for deaf people to be involved. NAD had advocated for the deaf, and through many discussions and decision making, this was an achievement. Prior to this, the Persons with Disability Act of 1995, PWD Act, was what was being referred to, which was outdated. It wasn't current, and now, thanks to this new RPWD Act, so many new points are included and highlighted in there. In India, each state has its own associations of the deaf, and some of the districts also have their own associations and conduct their programs and discussions with the aim to advocate at the local level. Also, there's a special motto, for example, in any policy making discussions and groups. It is very important for an expert deaf to be involved in the discussions as well. So, the motto is nothing related to us without us. So deaf experts need to be involved in working groups as they are aware of the needs of the community, problems, challenges, so they are able to offer solutions and suggestions. Role models and deaf leaders who lead communities of deaf are successful as they empower the deaf people and can bring about changes in the society by overcoming obstacles and offering solutions to problems. WFD is the key organization for training and guiding the associations and supports its member countries, 125 of them, supports and empowers and helps so that it can spread further.